I'm going to teach you how to make quick and cheap egg, sausage, and cheese breakfast sandwiches on the Blackstone that are to die for. These are perfect for the family or friends and freeze really well too. I make them all the time and my wife and I go through them as soon as I make them basically. I'd also like to thank Let's Chow for sponsoring this episode, who I'll talk about more later. You can use whatever protein you'd like for these sandwiches. I'm gonna use uncooked sausage patties, which I'll smash down so they get nice and crispy. I'll be honest, I didn't have any parchment paper on hand. I recommend it if you do have it, but the oil spray definitely helps a bit, but I definitely had a couple sausages get stuck, but it's not to worry at all. Just scrape them off and pat them down. Nobody's gonna know. So back when I cooked in the US Coast Guard, we cooked a few hundred sandwiches just like this on mornings we'd be pulling into a port, since they were the perfect grab and go option for the crew. I'd have a whole little assembly system set up to build the sandwiches really easy with my foil sheets all laid out, ready to wrap the final product. People loved them. English muffins were great as we all know, but what you might not realize is how to open these up properly. Don't use a knife. Instead, pry them open with your hands and you'll notice they keep more of their soft pockets inside, making them a little more fluffy on each bite. If your hands get tired, take a break and flip your patties like I did. Hopefully they're getting nice and crispy. Just make sure not to burn them. Cooking this simple meal is all about time management. That's why we throw in our sausage first, since they take the longest to cook, followed by the English muffins, which we do on a lower heat but need nice and toasted. Once these two items are on their way to cooking, prep the griddle for your eggs with some oil. Don't get too fancy with the one-handed egg crack here, because we don't want to break your yolks if we can help it. Now it's your choice, but I like my eggs between over easy and medium. Basically, once the inner white part of the eggs turn solid white, you can flip them over and let them cook another minute or so. If you like them over hard, which is where the yolk is entirely cooked, just crack the yolks before flipping them. Let's Chow is going to be supporting the LPGA's Solheim Cup in Gainesville, Virginia coming up mid-September 2024. Let's Chow will have 3 food trucks there and running a concessions cafe on the second green. Each food truck is ran by a Let's Chow fellow who has been put through their rigorous and extensive culinary education program meant to get them ready to run their own food truck. It's really an incredible program with a mission I fully support. Please check them out at letschow.org and donate a few bucks to fund their mission of supporting veterans. Did you realize a staggering 24% of military families face food insecurity? It's unacceptable. That is why Let's Chow has united myself, Stronghold Pantry, and comedian Ashley Gutermuth to address this very serious problem. Through our partnership, we are teaching military families how to make affordable, healthy dinners at home. We're proud to promote culinary education, financial empowerment, and community engagement for our nation's veterans, service members, and their families. Back to our regular scheduled programming, the cheese step, the most crucial step as we can call it, since you really need to steam them up with some water so they melt. I mean, nothing worse than eating an egg sandwich with a cold piece of cheese in the middle. It's pretty gross. So spray some water, cover the griddle until they're melted, or if you're using a pan, use a lid. Now comes the fun part, making the sandwiches. Keep in mind too, you can do the same concept with any kind of protein, bacon, turkey, sausage, chicken cutlets, no meat. You can add mashed avocado or chipotle mayo or any other crazy combinations you'd like. I just wanted to show you how you can make such a cheap and easy breakfast sandwich using a couple ingredients like this. Now wrapping these up in foil really adds a nice touch, keeps them nice, warm, and moist too, and it makes them the perfect grab and go option, especially if you got a tea time later in the day too. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like and subscribe to Hellman's Kitchen. Also, check out my last episode on how to make sausage and peppers on the Blackstone.